Ask an AI what the weather is right now, and it can't tell you. It has no eyes, no internet, no idea what now even means. So how does ChatGPT look things up, run code, get things done? Function calling. Today, we give the model a tool and let it run our own Python, and that's the whole trick behind every AI agent.
A language model only does one thing. It writes text. It can't call an API, read your database, or check the weather. All of that lives in your code, not the model. Function calling bridges that gap. You hand the model a set of functions it's allowed to call, and it runs as a simple loop. You ask a question and offer the tools. The model replies, asking to call one. You run it and hand back the result. Then the model answers. Keep that loop going, model, tool, and that is an agent. Here's the key idea. When a question needs a tool, the model doesn't answer. It asks. It replies with a tool call, the name of the function, plus the arguments it chose. For example, calling getWeather with the city set to Tokyo. It picked the right function and filled in the arguments entirely on its own. And notice, your code never left your machine.
So let's first of all check our gateway file. The only change that we need to do here is on our base model. That's here. We need to add tools and tool choice. Tools is just the list of the tools that the model can call. It's like a restaurant that you give the customer the list of the menu of the foods that they can order, and the tool choice, you can tell the model if he can choose between one of the foods, or he should just have, for example, water or this tool for every order. And how we use it here is we just come here, and after the response format that we add these two variables, tools and tool choices here. So we have it there on the chat completion call. So now let me just run this part. cd paste. So now let's use our client and define some tools and call our LLM, ask something that needs external tools or external information, and see how it acts. So for learning purposes, I added an external tool and one internal tool. External tool is a weather API. That's free. You can just have internet and call this API to get the weather info for city that you call. And then I added for our learning purpose just a dictionary of some orders status. Defined a function here. You can have SQL query or anything else from your database to get real data, but for now, for just showing how it works, I added a simple function here that grabs the information from this dictionary. Then we have a tool function. We define it to show which functions did our LLM called. And this is the tools that we give our LLMs, the definitions, the types, description, parameters, and which parameter is required to be called by the LLM. This is one function. GetWeather, GetOrderStatus is the other function. I added a message that needs to call both of them, both of our functions. What's the weather in Tokyo right now, and what's the status of this order. I added a maximum steps because we are now writing our request to LLM inside a loop, and if it can't find the answer or something happens, it will keeps going for a long time and you should pay for that. So for now, maximum steps is 5. That's more than enough for this example. Here is our function. We add the model Gemini, we have the message that we read, and we have the set of tools. Here we will get the answer. We will check if it needs to call a tool. If not, it means everything is ready to print out for the user. Just print it out here. Otherwise, just log it, add it to the message so the model knows we wanted to call a message, to call a tool, and then write a for loop that will dispatch these tool calls and get the arguments, get the results from our functions, print it here for us, and then append it to the message, and then goes to the next loop and see if it has all the information it needs from the tools and functions. If everything is okay, he has all the information, he just prints it out and it's done. If we reach the maximum steps and it can't find the answer, I don't want to burn money. That's it. So let's run it. I think I need to write this as well. So let's see what we have here. Model called 2 times. First one is model called get weather. Let me bring the exact line here. Here is inside our loop. First it comes here. We have message tool call, so it doesn't come here. It comes here, calls the tools. The first tool is called city Tokyo, temperature, condition, and then the second one is model called get order status, this one, and then it goes again to the loop and asks final answer. The weather in Tokyo is this and the order status is this. Let's check our gateway as well to see what has been done. Here we have one call, and here is the second call that we made for one question. So what actually happened here? It called the LLM here with 139 input token with our question. The output token was 92. It says we need to call some tools, and these are the parameters. Then we went run into our client. We did run our functions. Functions are not LLM calls. We called them, we gathered the information, we appended it to the message, and then came here and called it again. And then this time you see the input has been jumped because we had the question, we had the tool calls, we had the answer from the functions, we gave it here, and then we have the output message. So
that's function calling. Describe your functions, let the model ask for them, run them yourself, and hand back the result. That single loop is what turns a text machine into something that can actually act. Next episode, we open the gateway up to multiple users, API keys, rate limits, and budgets. If this helped, give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss it. The code is in the description. See you there.